Hello, welcome to the review. Thanks for clicking on the link. I appreciate it. Bill Whittle is the king, the master of simple, understandable explanations of ideologies and principles. I think all conservatives can benefit from watching his videos. He's going to explain socialism here in 4 minutes and 38 seconds. It's going to be simple, easy to understand. You're going to remember it, and you're going to be able to share these explanations, anytime on demand. He makes it that simple. Therefore, Bill Whittle is one of the greats. And my next few videos, I'm going to be sharing some of his stuff because I think it's important to get it out there. So again, thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. Enjoy.
Socialism is an economic system where high and low incomes are essentially tossed into a giant pot called the state and then redistributed more or less equally. That's why so many people think that socialism is more fair than capitalism. But let's see how fair all of this sharing really is. Let's take 10 randomly selected people and put them on a football field and tell them to run the 100 yards from one goal line to the other. Now, equality of opportunity, that's capitalism, means that everyone starts at the same line. No one should be allowed to start ahead. No one should be held behind. And when they start running, some people are going to run faster, some are going to run slower, and this creates unequal results. People cross the finish line at different times based on how fast they can run. Now, socialists think it's unfair that some people can run faster than others and that some are left behind. They want people's cars, houses, salaries, all the rest of it to be more or less the same. The equality of socialism is not equality of opportunity, but equality of result. Equality of opportunity means everyone starts from the same line at the same time. Equality of result means that everyone finishes at the same line and at the same time. Now, here's why socialism sucks. If everyone is forced to finish at the same time, then the entire race has to be run at the speed of the slowest runner. You can't run faster than you can run, and that means that every single one of the other people on the field have to be slowed down. Aha, you say, but socialism means that the fastest people go back and carry the slowest ones over the line. But like it or not, people do not behave that way. And I can prove it, because if you're one of those people who call yourselves socialists, well, then you should take your iPhones and your Xboxes down to a pawn shop, collect the cash, and distribute the money to the homeless. Some people are all about wealth redistribution when it's somebody else's wealth being redistributed to them, but when it's time to redistribute their own wealth, all of a sudden they're rock-ripped capitalists. The fastest runners do not go back and carry the slowest ones, and if they're forced to do so, then they simply do less work and slow down. I mean, why? Why run as fast as you can when the faster you go, the more weight you have to carry? Why study like hell for 15 years in order to become a brain surgeon when you're just going to get the same paycheck, the same house, the same car as a barista at Starbucks? You bust your butt for 15 years studying for your entire youth, and then most of that work gets taken away from you by force to pay someone who does nothing but get high and play video games all day? That's fair? Socialism doesn't turn baristas into brain surgeons. Socialism turns brain surgeons into baristas, and it gets worse. Socialism doesn't work because it's a pyramid fraud. Now, that's where the first ones in get paid by those who pay to get in second, and so on. A pyramid fraud pays off only when there are constantly more and more people coming in at the bottom to pay those above them. If you run out of people at the bottom, well, then you're boned. 4 people can work hard enough to support one person for his entire life, but one person cannot support 4. And for decades now, the population of these European socialist countries are not growing, but rather shrinking. So in order to keep the pyramid scheme going, they have to import new people from high birth rate places who, generally speaking, are not that interested in putting in a lifetime of work to support other people. They're interested in all of the free socialist benefits, and many of them are very interested in their religion. Oh, and by the way, Fidel Castro, socialist hero, champion of the new socialist working man and woman who work as hard for other people as they do for themselves and who share everything equally. Well, Fidel died recently. Cuban socialism meant that his people barely had enough to eat for 3 generations, but at least they were all starving equally. When socialist icon Fidel Castro died, his personal net worth was $900 million. Suckers.
When the best of the best begin to underperform, you get headlines like this. Venezuela used to be the richest country in South America, and then they started voting for more free stuff, more social programs. And this is where it went. Their people were actually breaking into zoos to kill the animals and eat them. Other people were also eating their pets because they had no food. They went from the richest nation to one of the poorest. There you go. There's President Chavez and President Maduro of Venezuela. They are the guys that brought about socialism in the country. How hungry do they look, huh? They look hungry to you? Not in the least. As a matter of fact, I think they're both a little fat. Versus the people living in Venezuela, absolutely starving. They're eating trash. Like I said, they ate their pets. In the meantime, the two socialist presidents are getting fat and rich on the oil from Venezuela, but with all the social programs that they put in place to equalize everything, this is what they ended up with. Chavez was a good guy who lifted people out of poverty and made a more equal country. This is what the apologists say. Yeah, that looks real equal to me. Again, socialism sucks. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Cheers.